life is a never-ending series of missed opportunities. You just gotta know where to look.
Today, Felix, I was told that you hacked the vending machines to give out free gum to students.
Want some gum?
Is that true?
Gum?
So when this movie came out, it was apparently #1 when it came to iTunes downloads. And I was a bit surprised by that, and so were a lot of people, because it was a limited release film, and movies that make the #1 spot generally make about $100 million in the box office total. And this stars a YouTube star, apparently. So I've decided I'm going to do a review of Expelled. So apparently, I guess I was the only one who hadn't heard of Cameron Dallas before I saw this film. He plays Felix O'Neill, the troublemaker inside all of us and the one we all want to be. He's sort of like Ferris Bueller, the one who enjoys every second of his life as much as possible and is just trying to live his life to the fullest before he has to get a job. And this fun leads to 3 suspensions total, so he ends up expelled by the cranky Mr. Truman. But here's the crack. Is he gonna tell his parents? No way, they'd flip out. He has an opportunity to stay home from school for the rest of his life, so he's gonna make sure his parents don't find out. How is he gonna do that? Make some fake report cards, straight A's would do the trick, and make some parent-teacher conferences fake. What I liked a lot about it was how it surprised me. I guess I didn't have low expectations, but in my opinion, films that have a limited release are the work of the Antichrist. Like before this movie, I didn't really like any limited release films that I had seen. I can't really think of any off the bat, except for this one. So another good thing is that it had no actors in it that I knew. And generally that's a bad thing, like most of these actors may have just phoned it in. But here, they have a perfect personality with them. Like Felix's ex-girlfriend has the "I'm not interested, go on, might betray you" kind of feel. And the principal is like every principal in a school movie. But I generally don't care for the acting unless this movie has a good story. And what I like about it so much is how influential it is. For example, in grade 9 in September, the extracurricular activities were canceled because of the school board's decision. So one day, half of the entire school had sat out and didn't go to class for half the day. I kind of wish I participated, but Felix is the sort of person that would start just that. And it can be hard to do something like that, but here it's very inspirational. The prime thing that drove me to this was in the trailer when Felix just goes up and pulls the fire alarm. The thing is, I recently had a fire alarm at my school. It was about a month ago, but the thing was, it wasn't a false alarm. It was a real one because someone had stuck toilet paper up the hand dryer in one of the bathrooms. That canceled the rest of the day, and we had to go home early, and that added a few $1,000s in debt to the school board. And as far as I know, the person who did it still wasn't caught yet. I didn't know that the fire alarm was just going to be switched off, but I was worried for a bit that they would have to evacuate for the whole day and the firemen were going to be called for the film. But it didn't, so fine by me. And I kind of have a mixed feeling about people getting caught. But Felix is the sort of person you don't want to get caught, mostly because of Cameron Dallas's acting. He knows that one slip means the end. One slip and he's dead. One slip and his parents know he's expelled. This is what gives the movie so much suspense. And one final thing that I give it is that at the start, Felix is just trying to enjoy life, and then at the end, he starts to understand life more and starts to sit back and think. That's something I wasn't sure he was going to do. And so I think the ending was very proper. It's not the ending you think, let me give you that. Some of the acting was a little bit stale, especially the ones of the parents, but I think that was sort of the point. And not only was Expelled one of the most fun limited release films I've ever seen, and might as well be the most fun limited release film I've seen. I think it's one of the most entertaining movies of the entire year. For all these surprises and for all those reasons, I'm giving it an A. I think that you're going to like this whether you're an adult or a kid or especially a teen. So thank you, and Happy New Year.